Hello, my name is Amanda Curtis, and I'm going to be teaching you about the SEDI strategy called Learning Centers. Learning centers are independent learning activities that give students a choice in their learning. Learning centers are different activities that all are seeking out to reach the same goal, academic goal. There are 4 different types of learning centers. There's enrichment centers, skill centers, interest centers, and exploratory centers. Enrichment centers enrich a unit of study. They allow students for further exploration on the unit that's been studied in class. Skill centers focus mostly on a particular skill or goal. For example, phonics. All of the centers would focus on phonics. Interest and exploratory centers are areas for students to choose something of their own interest or to further explore something that was learned in class. These centers are recommended mostly for free time. Learning centers have many benefits for ELL students or English language learners. These benefits include differentiated instruction. They also provide the teacher with time for small group instruction, which may include small groups of English language learners catered to their area of instructional needs. They also provide ELL students with more practice, and they meet the needs of each individual. The steps required for creating learning centers for students include discussing the rules for working in centers, creating easy-to-understand instructions at each center, set a time frame for when students are to start and finish, and circulate to ensure all students are actively engaged. Creating centers that actively engage students is vitally important. How you can engage all learners is quite simple. Make them fun. Make all the centers relevant to the material that is being presented in class. Differentiate activities according to students' different learning levels. Allow the students to choose their learning centers. Learning centers also will engage students by providing them with different learning methods. Cater to their learning needs: tactile, auditory, and visual. Here's an example of students being actively engaged and participating in a learning center that focuses on sight word recognition. Notice how all students are engaged and participating quietly in the activity. In this activity, they're given cards with a sight word and tiles where they need to find the tile that matches the sight word given on the card. To make this activity especially fun, I made it a competition who could finish first and get all of their words correct. All 3 students were able to identify the correct sight words and place the tiles on their card. In the next learning center, students are given again sight word cards and foam letters. In this center, they will be placing the foam letters from the tray on the card to spell out the word given on the card in foam letters. This provides them with a more tactile opportunity to build words. This would be an example of a learning center focusing on the area of skill. These students are working on the skill of building and identifying sight words. The one previous to that was a different activity also focused on the same idea of building sight words. It's key to keep in mind that when you are given centers to students on a given day, that you have them all themed similarly with one underlying idea to provide students with the opportunity to explore a certain skill set and to practice that skill set in a multitude of different ways. This concludes my video on the SEDI Strategy Learning Centers. Once again, my name is Amanda Curtis, and I hope you enjoyed my video.